Canadian households owe more money than they've ever owed in Canadian history, and realtors, along with the mainstream media, are here to convince you that this is just a transitional period in the real estate market. Ladies and gents, welcome back. Well, it is a strange time for real estate. That's exactly what we're seeing here in Canada. But while we're all talking about the real estate market and where it's going to go, whether it's going to crash, what's going to happen, it is the biggest bubble we've ever seen probably in the world. I think the Canadian real estate market is unprecedented out there. Now, when we're talking about these prices and where to go with this, well, we have our Minister of Housing, which is a fantastic pick. He used to be the mayor of Vancouver when the housing market exploded. But nonetheless, he doesn't believe that the prices of houses need to go down. We just need more supply. That's what's happening here in Canada.
Affordable housing.
Do you think prices need to go down?
No, I think that we need to deliver more supply, make sure the market is stable. It's a huge part of our economy. We need to be delivering more affordable housing. The government of Canada has not been building affordable housing since the 90s, and we've created a huge shortage across Canada. That's where the big need is right now, and I'm very encouraged that the Prime Minister and our commitment right now in government is to double construction and focus on the affordable side.
So we just need more houses. We just need more places available. Well, that just doesn't seem to be the reality of the situation. User Matt Pukas put this out on Instagram. This is a great video explaining just how much supply we actually do have.
There's most likely going to be over 4,000 condos on the market in the city of Toronto and over 10,000 condos in the GTA very soon. Unless you have a very special condo and you list it right now, you're going to be competing with so many other units.
It's unbelievable how much is on there. Now he's showcasing a show from the National from CBC, and fast forward a little bit. This is where he gets to the crux of what's going on here.
Toronto real estate agent Sean Miller says new listings are piling up on the condo market. Units that once would have sold in days can now take weeks.
They've got 7 months of inventory, which is insane. And we just don't have the buyers to absorb it. We haven't seen that much inventory in 20 years.
With so many
we haven't seen that much inventory in 20 years. So what is it? Do we just have really high prices that people can't afford, or do we have too much inventory? Well, the inventory is a big problem because, well, realtors, and let me tell you, I have friends that work in the real estate business, and they've been telling me that a lot of realtors have been begging. He's overheard these conversations, people begging clients not to list their properties because they don't want to flood the market. But this is where we're at with this. Now, of course, global news reporting on this. Canada's real estate market, it's just entering a transitional period. That's right. The CREA is reporting on this. Of course, who is the CREA? That's the Canadian Real Estate Association. That's right. They want you to think that this is just a transitional period. Canada's data shows that the Canadian housing market's on hold. It's stopping a trend of declining sales since the beginning of the year. It's you know what it's about? You know what it's really about? It's about tariffs. Yeah, that's right. Here they are reporting. The latest data suggests that the housing market may be showing a sense of calm amid an uncertain trade war. And things may be starting to slowly pick up. They're not picking up, folks. They're not. The real data is suggesting that they're not picking up at all, actually. And in fact, a lot of the reason why a lot of the houses remain so high for so long, well, you can see it right here. Kirk Lubermoff putting this one out there saying there are people sitting with $1 million plus in home equity thinking that they're investing geniuses. The reality is that they got an artificial boost at the expense of turning Canada into the third world country and pricing Canadian youth out of the housing market. Liberal boomers voted for this, again, thus selling out the country has a price. It has a price here. Now on this graph, you can see this is the natural growth rate of people. So this is the population growth rate in blue, which is massively on the decline. Net immigration or net migration into Canada is, keeping the population at a growing rate. That's what it looks like. But then net temporary residents. Wow. Holy cow. Has that ever shot right up? Now, if you look on the graph, you can see exactly when Trudeau became prime minister and when that really, really ramped up. Of course, that 1 year where not a lot of people came, that was that COVID year. But holy moly. And if you think that temporary means anything, no, these people are here to stay. They're not moving all of their stuff over here just to pack up and go after their visas expire. No, that's right. People have been showing a lot of they want to stay. Let's just put it there. Now, Mark Nixon has been talking about this for a while. I was speaking with him recently where he was talking about, man, those interest rates that climbed, they take about 18 to 24 months before they actually hit the market. Now the Bank of Canada is making a stark warning. This was on his X channel. This is the Bank of Canada warning us all what's about to happen.
12 months, particularly in households without a mortgage. For example, the share of these households that are behind on credit card or auto loan payments has continued to go up. Among households with a mortgage, about 60% are facing renewal this year or next. Most of those renewing will see their payments rise because they took out their mortgage during the pandemic when rates were at historic lows. But the average increase in payment will be smaller than we expected a year ago. Still, if a large shock causes job losses, it'll be harder for some households to keep up with their debt payments. A prolonged trade war may be that shock.
Okay, of course, we've got to use that. Trade war in there has nothing to do with the reckless spending of the federal government, has nothing to do with the reckless low rates for a long time in Canadian prime rates. It's unbelievable. Yes, this is the product of what the Bank of Canada has been bringing to Canadians. This is a process of keeping interest rates low for a very long time. What it does is it encourages people to invest poorly. And what have people done? Well, you can't put your money into a savings account because you're going to lose money to the interest rates. To the inflation. So people put their money in what they thought was the best bet, real estate. And boy, did they put money into real estate. And now we're in a situation where that may crash. A lot of equity may be lost in this whole ordeal, and they're trying to find blame somewhere else. Of course, the tariffs, they're looking at other issues. Now, this is a serious, dire situation. The RCMP warned some time ago, and this is over a year ago, the RCMP had a secret report that warned that Canadians may revolt once they realize how broke they really are. Let me know in the comments what you think about this, because when do Canadians revolt? I mean, we saw, the biggest defiance was the Freedom Convoy back some time ago, but the government has shown that they are not opposed to, suspending liberty in Canada as a whole to squash that sort of effort. So revolting across Canada because of economic situations, they have someone else to blame it on now. They have the tariffs, which are largely going away, but of course they're still going to blame it on that. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, and we'll see you in the next one. Keep on trucking.